Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. Today I will be solving puzzles in the rating range between 900 and 1200. The idea is that I will be explaining everything I think until I find the solution so you can see my thought process to find the right way to win. I'm planning to do more videos with our rating ranges like 1200, 1500, 1500, 1800, and so on. So let's see how this goes. Let's start. Okay, in this position it is black to move. I always say that something very important is to analyze the material and also analyze the position to take a look at everything, and then it is going to be easier to find the right ideas. And here, for example, we can see that black has a piece down. So we could say we have a very big material disadvantage this time. Something very interesting here is that our pieces are a little better. We have the rook in the open file and also our queen and our bishop. They have like a battery here. So they are targeting the king side. Actually, they are targeting here g2. So, well, once we analyze those things, it's very easy to realize that there is a mate here with queen takes g2. So that one was actually very easy. Let's go to the next. Okay, in this position it is black to move again, and let's analyze. The material is more or less balanced, but well, actually white has 2 pawns up, one here, one here. So let's see what can we do. We can see that there is a queen here very active, also a rook very active here. So our pieces are really active there in the king side, but there is one idea here, sacrificing the rook on h3, which is very interesting. But after pawn takes rook, queen takes pawn, then we will only have a queen attacking the king. So probably there won't be checkmate because it's very difficult, very unlikely that only with one queen we have mate. So we won't have mate, but something we could have is a draw, because then we will have a perpetual checks and there will be 3 repetitions. So this is going to be a draw if I keep checking with the queen. So that's something fine. I have 2 pawns down. My opponent is about to promote this pawn here on b6. So if I can get a draw, it's probably okay here. I don't see a way to win in this position as black, so I'm assuming this is the way to play. Rook takes pawn, queen takes pawn, and then some checks. And this is going to be a draw. Okay, let's go to the next. Okay, in this position it is white to move. The material is, we could say we have a pawn down here, but something interesting is that our pieces are more or less fine. We have the queen and the rook in the open file, targeting here f7, and also we have the other rook in an open file, but right now black is threatening our rook on e1, so we need to be careful. Something interesting here is that this queen is protected by this rook, and at the same time this rook has to protect the back rank. So in some point my rook could come over here, creating some threats, maybe some checks. That's something we can think about. As the rook is protecting 2 things at the same time, we could say this rook is loaded or overshared. So that's a typical situation, and in general we can exploit that situation with a deflection. So I'm thinking that if I check with my rook on e8, then if the rook takes, then the queen will be hanging on c3, and if the rook doesn't take, I will have some mate possibility because I have the rook and the queen very active there around the king. So that, I think that's the right move. Rook check, and then I'm almost winning, taking advantage of the overshared rook on c8. So let's play it, rook here, and when the rook takes, then I can capture the queen. Okay, let's see one more. Okay, in this position it is black to move, and the material is we are a pawn down, and we have an alliance gone here because we have the two rooks and the queen here. But there is a big problem, and white is pinning here our queen. So we're about to lose our queen for a rook. So in general, when we are analyzing a tactic position or a position where we think we could have a tactic solution, we need to work with checks, captures, and threats. So the first move we should analyze in a position like this is the check on d2 with the rook. So rook like here is going to be very interesting. The king will have to go down after rook d2, and then we could continue with checks, and the king will have to go up again, and then we can use the other rook with another check over the second rank. So yeah, that's the right line. After the king escapes to g3, I will have checkmate with my rook on g1. We're going to see that on the board now, but that's the idea. Let's play it now. So rook here, then rook here. We set the other rook check, and then when the king comes over here, we can play rook to g1, and this is going to be checkmate. Okay, so let's see the last one for today. In this position, it is black to move, and the material is balanced. We are almost, we are just finishing the opening, so you're just starting the middle game here. Our opponent plays e4. I can see that this pawn is protected. This pawn on e4 is protected by two pieces, the bishop and the knight, and I am attacking that pawn with two pieces, my knight and also my pawn on d5. But I have the possibility right now to remove one of the defenders of this pawn. So if I can do that, I will be attacking with two pieces and white will be defending with only one. So this could be really strong. I think I will be winning. If I can play in the first move bishop takes knight, white will have to recapture the bishop on c3, and then I can capture on e4 with my pawn. And then this is a fork, so I'm getting a pawn, and later I'm forking and getting something else, a piece, a minor piece. So I'm sure that's the right line. I remove the defender here, I capture here with a fork, and then I get the piece. Okay, so we're going to finish this video here. That's the idea I'm planning to do for the next video. I hope you have enjoyed this and this has been helpful. If you think this idea is fine, give me some likes so I continue with the plan of solving more puzzles in videos like this. But as I said, increasing the rating range, because this time we were working with the range between 900 and 1200, but for the next videos we are going to increase that rating, is what I'm planning, if you like this video. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and see you in the next.